Good morning, Cedar Rapids. Hey, salutations. Okay.
Brothers, let us all unite!
You would rather have us keep the internet than have peace in the world. Like, no, I gotta have my internet.
Not live in front of an internet audience. Unfortunately, it is the I'm Clifford Today show, and we have a special reveal today. Oh, I thought it was going to be further away from camera. Hey! New look, who dis? So last episode, my glasses were broken, so I just didn't wear any glasses. So that was a different look, and now my glasses are here. They arrived just in time, about a week ago, actually. So I've been getting used to them, and I'm sorry you guys are going to have to get used to them too. But what you think? What do you guys think? I like them. I'm really digging them. It's a new look for me. I was saying in the last episode, as I realized watching the countdown video, it's like, man, I've had those glasses since at least since 2014, maybe even earlier, because there was a time in my life where I just decided I wasn't going to wear my glasses as much. And then I kind of realized that I needed them a bit more. So who knows, maybe even before 2014. So that's like 8+ years I had the same glasses. And I mean, I guess I don't really know how often do people really change their frames, you know, because it's like a fashion thing. It's a necessity thing as well as a fashion thing. So I don't know. Do you guys have glasses? How often have you changed your frames? I kind of felt like I was getting really tired of my frames, and I was ready for a new look, and then they broke, and I was like, well, I guess that's my sign. So, and I needed to update my prescription anyways because my vision was starting to suck. So anyways, it's probably because I look at screens all day and I need those. I probably should have considered getting those blue lenses, or where they protect against blue light lenses. I think that's it. Anyways, enough about me. Hope it's not too weird for you guys to see a new look. Some people have said, well, that now you're going to have to change your channel profile or whatever. I'm like, nah. I mean, I feel like I literally just changed it. So, and plus I really like it. And Shucharu, the artist, he only did it because, you know, he had open commissions. And he's actually a working animator and such. And so chances are pretty slim that he's going to have commissions open again. Maybe sometime soon I'll have him do a new one for me. But for now, I'm sticking with it. Because I don't know, they're just glasses. They just look like glasses in the cartoon. So anyways, music by John Bartman, johnbartman.com. If you want to check out more of his music. Our album of the week is Jesus Christ Superstar, the soundtrack to the musical. And yeah, not really much housekeeping today. It's going to be an interesting episode. Oh, also don't forget, if you want some I'm Clifford Today merch, link in the description. You can find some t-shirts and some mugs and some hats. Cool stuff down there. So today we're going to talk about something that we haven't talked on this channel about for a long time. We're going to talk about video games. And that's coming on later. There's apparently a lot of Christian video games that are coming out, and we got to talk about them. I know, we'll get to that. So in the last episode, I wanted to talk about this for a second because it's so interesting. In the last episode, we talked about this weird music video that I came across. The song called Peace by Casanova Ace and DJ Staunch, and how it had this weird, creepy, monstrous looking thing, a weird animated kind of thing on the video. And just how we talked about how bizarre it was and how bad the song was, which, by the way, I'm sorry, I didn't realize how low the audio was. I felt like you can barely hear it on there, but it's whatever. Turns out I got copyright stricken because of that song. I did not expect that song to be protected by copyright. That song of all things. So anyways, after that stream, our good friend Agent Serenity actually did further research on the video, and it turns out that my suspicions were right. It is Bigfoot. It's supposed to be a Bigfoot. And this he's like this sort of mascot. Did mention that it's from this YouTube channel, Staunch Moderate News, because the video came across to me as an ad on YouTube, and it did for a lot of other people too, and that's why it has over 5 million views. But if you look at the channel, you can find a whole bunch of other stuff, and we're just going to take a quick look now and take a look at exactly what it is. So this is their channel, Staunch Moderate News. And there's quite a few videos featuring this Bigfoot creature, but it looks like that Staunch Moderate News, of course, as suspected, is a political channel. And it also turns out that DJ Staunch is the Bigfoot character. This is the video that we talked about last time, but we're going to take a look at other stuff. They have this whole video series called, what's it called? Bigfoot's Football. And I watched all of it, and it's so bizarre. I can't play it. I'm deciding not to play it because it features these cheerleading women that are very, I mean, they're not even dressed like cheerleaders. They're dressed like strippers pretty much. And I'm just not going to have that on my channel. This is Christian channel. So, and they're in every single video. So I can't really, well, maybe I can play the beginning before they come in. It's like this 6-video episode series, and there really isn't anything, but they're just green screened Bigfoots playing football, just kicking a ball, and it's mixed with a bunch of different royalty-free footage over this really terrible rap song from the same guy. And they have these green screen cheerleaders on and everything, but we're just going to play a little bit of it. So you audio listeners will have something to listen to. Yeah. So this is the rapper. And sorry, of course, my computer is acting slow. So, and my video is probably going to slow down once I'm doing this stuff. This guy, no, go back to him. And I'm probably going to get copyright stricken for this, so I'm going to try to pause as much as I can. But this guy, this is Casanova Ace. He's the rapper. And he's a part of the channel. He's a part of the YouTube channel. And he raps. And I don't know what's going on with his hair. It looks like that he's got like cocaine mixed in his hair. I don't know. I think he's just getting old. So I apologize, Ace. I don't mean to insult you. So he raps on all the songs and in all the videos. And don't worry, we're not going to watch every video from this series because once you've seen one video, they're all the same. They're literally all the same. They're just like re-edited in different ways. So it's very weird. I don't know why there's 6 of them. There are a couple. The last 2 videos on the series are just the owner of the channel, like talking with the rap beat in the background, which by the way, it's the same rap beat for every video. So anyways, there's DJ Staunch. The Bigfoots are coming. Okay, yeah, so there's the strippers come in right away. Let me skip ahead. I'll try to avoid the strippers. Let's play a few seconds. Oh gosh. Sorry. Yeah, so it's like I really just don't want to show the strippers because it's pretty. It's kind of not safe for work, you know. Oh, let me. This looks like it's a good chunk without strippers. I don't think I've ever said the word stripper so much in one episode.
Take it over. We're gonna get the ball, and here's the deal. Let's go touchdowns when we go down the field.
It was stock footage. Stock footage of guys screaming. Anyways, so, and that's basically what every video is like. And they're also edited really poorly. Like, the music feels chopped up. Also, Ace Ventura gets offbeat a lot, very often. But, yeah, that's the whole Bigfoot's football series. But there are other videos. And I don't really get what Bigfoot's playing football has anything to do with politics. I don't get it. See, there's DJ Staunch. I mean, Ace Ventura. Casanova Ace is right there. And yeah, the whole channel is just this guy. And they're edited videos. And they're very short. So... And yeah, I'm going to have to do a deep dive on this whole channel someday. Where's the one that I'm looking for? See, okay, DJ Staunch. This is all about Bigfoot. This is great. This is great content right here. And I'm sorry to everyone. I know this has nothing to do with like, see, there he is right there. This is not like Christian music related or anything. The only reason why I talked about it on the channel was because that Peace song was like seemingly Christian because it's talking about God and such. So I thought it'd be interesting. But now I'm not so sure how Christian this channel is, especially with like strippers and their content. And that's the Peace song was really the only one that had much to do about God anyways. But by the way, I guess I didn't you know what, never mind. I was gonna say something, but we're gonna save it for after we're done with this because it was off topic. Anyways, so here's DJ Staunch. That's the closest that we get to strippers in this video, by the way, so we're good.
You got Bigfoot and you got Loch Ness.
Beautiful scenery, though, I gotta say.
He's big, he's strong, and he's...
Sorry, the internet's... I love this shot of of DJ Staunch. He's green screened onto footage of a club or concert or whatever. Like, he's obviously not there.
No, bigger than our friend Lou Ferrigno. People look at him and they say, what? He's bigger than the Incredible Hulk. He's got a hairy face, but he's so good looking. Politically correct.
No, he's not.
Always cooking. He don't say much, but when he says something, he's got views, and his views are pumping. And when he talks, you bet to listen, because if you don't, you might come up missing. And if
That looks
you
like that
meet
it's
him-
at a church or something. It could be. I'm sorry to subject you guys to these awful lyrics. I'm sorry, I mean great lyrics. Great lyrics. Also, what is that laptop right there? It's like an old notebook or whatever those are called. Early 2000s.
up missing. And if you meet him in a Rocky Mountain blizzard, you'll discover he is a wizard. The continental divide is his art. What's his name? His name is Staunch.
What is that guy in that outfit? I think that's the main channel creator guy. So for our audio listeners, the music video is really just footage of this Bigfoot guy in being green screened over different shots, or he's just they're just filming him in different places. Right here, it looks like he's in Sistine Chapel. It looks like it. And then also there's Casanova Ace and this other dude who's in a terrible wig.
Staunch wants to know why.
The DC Talk reunion is looking great. Am I right? Here's Toby Mac. Here's Kevin Max. Here's Michael Tate. Oh gosh, I feel terrible. Oh man, I'm gonna tell my kids this was DC Talk.
Why all the hatred? Why the divide? Why can't we all share American pride? Why all the riots? We don't have peace. And they look at me and call me.
He's doing this shot of him being a DJ. All he really has is just two laptops, and they're not even connected to anything. He's just playing on laptops, and it's not. Oh man. Anyways, that's really all that there is to the video. It's just so bizarre. And thank you to Agent Serenity for doing the work that I easily could have done, but just decided not to. I told you guys I would report back to you. One of these days, though, I want to go through all the content and just like figure out what this channel is about, because it's so interesting. And it only has 5,000 subscribers, but some of these videos have over 1 million views. And I forgot to show you, but I won't go back to it now. But like, you go on pretty much any video, and you'll see comments being like, "Why did I get this as an ad?" On a lot of them, even some of the political videos that I looked at, or the non-music videos, they just got comments of people being like, "Why did I get this as an ad? This is so weird." But I am highly intrigued by it. It looks like that it's like this one dude running the whole thing, and it kind of makes me think of like a Cool Cat situation. If you guys don't know what Cool Cat is, look him up on YouTube. Different YouTubers have covered him, PewDiePie and YMS. I Hate Everything. It's just an interesting situation. It's mostly just this guy, Derek Savage, running this whole thing with a... The reason why it reminds me of it is because Cool Cat is just this guy in a costume. And the production quality just reminds me a lot of that. So, yeah, I think I stepped onto a gold mine here. And... You know, no one that I know has like talked about these videos. So anyways, so that's all for that for DJ Staunch. Sorry guys to derail from the regular things that we talk about, but I had to give you guys an update on the creepy video that we talked about last time. And yeah, so we got... I don't really want to jump. Okay, so I forgot to mention this at the beginning because I forgot that you guys don't really know what's going on. So I am recording this. It's all dark and everything. You can see it's evening. It's nighttime. I'm recording this. It's Wednesday night currently. When you are watching this, if you're watching the premiere of this, it'll be Saturday, and I'll be in Iowa. So that's why I couldn't do this live, which we've had a couple non-live episodes before. So I'm sorry that I couldn't, I couldn't really do this live and in person and seeing all you guys' awesome comments. But, but hey, feel free to comment on this video. Let me know how your Thanksgiving went. I'm sure mine went great. I'm gonna guess. So I had Thanksgiving with my parents, and then afterwards I would have left for Iowa to visit Lisa. So, which I might be watching this right now. So, hello, hello me. Anyways, we're going to talk about video games, but I don't really want to get into it right now since we only got a few minutes before going to a break. So we'll just go to a break a little earlier than usual, and then we'll get right back to it. So don't go away. We're going to be right back, and we'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
back to Beyond for today's show. All right, so Christians are still trying to make video games. Now, if you've been a long time follower of this channel, you probably remember a video that I did a couple years ago called, what was it called? Christians aren't good at making video games, or something like that. And the reason why I made it was because I felt like it was a subject that not many people talked about. A lot of people talk about Christian movies, a lot of people talk about Christian music, but what about video games? And I just decided to make a whole video talking about it. And I really like the video. As far as like some of my older videos go, I think that's one of my best. I mean, I still don't think it's great. I probably would have edited it a little differently today, but I still really liked it, and I liked a lot of the points that I made. Just to speak for myself. And a big reason why I made the video was because there was this new trailer that had just come out that everyone was talking about called I Am Jesus Christ. And I talked about it just a little bit and talked about how bad it looked. But I also did say, you know what? When this game comes out, I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna record myself playing it, and make a video on it on the YouTube channel. And for like 2 years, didn't hear anything about the game. They just released this trailer as if it was like something that was new that was coming up. IGN released it and everything on their YouTube channel, and no one ever heard anything about it. And I wondered if I had missed it, and I was looking around and nope. But now, recently, this is new. They released a new trailer for what seems like the same game, but it has a slightly different title called I Am Jesus Christ Prologue. And so there's a new trailer for it out and everything, and a release date, finally, for this game. And so I'm excited, and people are reacting to this trailer as well. A big controversy with Christians and with myself is the fact that you're playing as Jesus. You are the main character, and you are Jesus. And recreating his miracles and everything and this whole story. I don't know, since this is a prologue, I don't know how much this is covering, how much of the story it's covering. Because in the original trailer, it showed that you're on the cross. I don't remember seeing him, the cross in this one. But we're gonna watch it. We're gonna react to it in just a minute. But it just seems so wrong that you're playing as Jesus, because it's like, can you even get a game over? Can you lose? Then what does it say about Jesus in that in that universe of playing that game? Because imagine every game that you play, and every time you die, that person dies in that universe. So it's just so weird, and it seems a little sacrilegious. A lot of people are complaining about it. I just think it's funny, but a bad idea, a terrible idea. Because what if so you're supposed to perform miracles, and I think I made this point in the video as well. You're performing miracles, say you're bringing someone to life, and that somehow you fail, which I don't really know the mechanics of the game. I don't know how it works, but imagine that you fail at that. Is Jesus just like, oh, sorry, you didn't make it. Game over. So it's just a weird premise. And so that came out, and since watching that, YouTube has been recommending to me other video games that are coming out, actually, Christian video games. And I talked about in my video games video that I think that there's some great potential for Christian video game developers. There's a lot of, stories that you could tell through video games. A lot of things that you could experiment with and visit. And so you can check out that video. It's an older video, so it's not it's not a great video, but I like some of the points that I made. And what these video games try to do is, like, I don't know, we're gonna watch them, and I'll give you my thoughts on them. Sorry, there's something on my screen. I'm like scratching it out. So this will be interesting. We're gonna start off with the infamous "I am Jesus Christ" prologue. So strap yourselves in, boys. It could be a bumpy ride. 1,000,000 points for whoever gets that reference. Comment down below, and you will get 1,000,000 points. All right, here we go. I am Jesus Christ.
Many people have attempted to write about the things that have taken place among us. Reports
should
of
talk
these
to my
things
mother.
were handed down to us.
I love how that was. I didn't see that before. What? Go back to that. That's a mission. I should talk to my mother. Teaching good values here. Every mother clapped. Jesus was such a good boy. Oh, I realize that I'm not necessarily cropped out that well. Sorry, guys. I want this to look professional. I want to be professional. Anyways.
Place among us. Reports of these things were handed down to us.
So it's like first person, which is not a bad choice. As we'll see, I'll show you in the other games that we're going to talk about.
Finally, we are meeting the Son of God, who wants to save all humans. But do you know what is waiting for you?
I'm Simon. Satan. But it's so bad. Don't put the low pitch voice thing. Like, you can tell what it is. I think it's supposed to be Satan talking.
It's my brother Andrew. We're trying to catch fish.
Not great voice acting, but there's probably just not great direction.
I'm afraid the wedding appears to have a small issue. I don't know, but I thought you might be able to help.
I just love how you're just like walking around as Jesus with his hands like, oh, here, where's some wine? Where's some water? I can turn it into wine.
This wine is better than the wine we had before.
Bad audio quality right there. It sounded really weird. Also, graphics are not great. I don't know who produced this and what budget they have. And that's something that I do want to keep in mind when critiquing these videos. I was going to say making fun, but I'm not going to do that. When critiquing these videos, I want to keep in mind that, of course, these studios are working with a limited budget. But there are plenty of great indie games out there that don't have a great budget, but they played to their strengths in those games. Some of these video games just seem like that they're trying to do too much. Too much that they don't have the ability and budget to do. Okay. What is he doing here? Fasting of the Holy Spirit. You are starving and must head to each prayer location indicated by the God rays and pray in order to survive in the desert. I swear, I only watched this video once and I was not paying attention to what was going on. You're out of Holy Spirit. You are out of Holy Spirit energy. Oh no. So wait, is that how easy it is? When I feel like I'm out of the Holy Spirit, I just have to use the R key to recharge my energy, to recharge the Holy Spirit. That's all you got to do. Man, so that means that Jesus can die. Jesus can die in the desert if he doesn't have enough Holy Spirit energy. That's amazing.
Please, please, Lord, just heal my son.
So this is him healing his body. Okay. Oh, so he's like inside of his body and that's how he's healing him? Oh man, this game is so weird.
Why? Tell me only why you want to save all those humans. You don't deserve that, and believe me that at the end, they will betray you and kill you.
Foreshadowing. Oh yeah, that's nice. They will kill you. I am Jesus Christ. So it is currently
Many people have.
So it's currently on Steam, I guess. I'm going to play it. The only thing is that my computer sucks. And I don't even know if it's available for Mac. Yes, I have a Mac. I'm not really a computer gamer. Even though I do stream on Twitch. I stream Stronghold streams, but that's pretty much the only game that I can properly play on this piece of trash. So I want to do it. I want to play all of these games and make a whole video, but I'm probably going to have to borrow someone else's system to do it. Anyways, so that's I Am Jesus Christ, and it looks incredible. And I mean that ironically, of course. I can't wait to play it. It's just so bizarre. Such a bizarre premise. Like, yeah, we'll make sure, it doesn't seem that far-fetched to make a video game about during Jesus' time. But the fact that you're playing as Jesus is so bizarre. So, man, I'm excited though. So these other games that we're going to talk about, they did not go down that route. They're like, okay, we're not going to have you play as Jesus. We'll have you play as these other random characters. But it's still not really less weird and bad. So the first game that I discovered is this, what is it? The Adventures of the Old Testament Bible game. And we're, let's just, it's like a action adventure Bible game. That's what it seems to be.
Experience a new game, the first of its kind.
Whoa!
Watch
so
and...
this is like on all of the consoles, as you saw.
Of its kind.
Got Steam, Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, Apple, and Android. Yeah, so apparently it's apparently it is a like mobile game as well. So should be great just across all platforms.
Watch and play through some of the most epic adventures throughout recorded history. Battle, escape, survive, and fight for...
Whoa! So, so it is a fighting game, which, you know, I'm not opposed to violence in video games. I'm not one of those, but it's interesting that they would have that, you know. I'm glad that they're not afraid of that. I Am Jesus Christ seems like, you know, seems like a cop-out so they don't have to have violence in their game.
freedom in single-player and multiplayer mission mode.
You got multiplayer in this game. That's pretty cool.
Build community, connect with others, and join arms in battle with millions of others.
See, this commercial makes it reminds me of like Age of Empires with its graphics and such. I mean, at least with Age of Empires cutscenes. Of course, the gameplay graphics were much different.
From all over the world
6 hours.
in our open world gameplay mode. Enjoy watching the...
Wow, so they've got an open world multiplayer game. That seems a bit ambitious. Really ambitious. But I'm curious. I don't expect it to run well. You know, there are even AAA games that don't really know how to do multiplayer mode.
Animation of the Old Testament in its entirety and gameplay that allows you to walk in the footsteps of some of the most prominent individuals throughout the Bible. Adventures of the Old Testament, releasing for mobile August 2022 and all other consoles Q4 2022. Learn more at www.biblevideogame.com.
So I think I saw...
Experience
Okay, shut up.
a new game.
Forgot to take it off loop. So I think I saw in like comments and such that it's going to be released in December. So that game seems a bit more straightforward and less weird than I Am Jesus Christ, but you know, the graphics don't look great. It looks like that they look pretty cheap. They might be using Unreal Engine because there are moments where it's like, whoa, that looks kind of good. That's what some Christians will say was like, wow, this looks better than any other Christian video game ever made. And it's like, yeah, but it still looks bad comparatively. But that's fine. Like I said, there's budget, and I don't imagine that this game has a lot of money behind it. That's just my guess. I'm sure they have a lot of faithful supporters, but it's just not up to the standard of like most successful games. But that's fine. Like I said, you don't have to have a lot of money to make a good game. But what they're trying to achieve with this game just seems like too much. Like open world multiplayer and like all the action and such. It just does what it's trying to be. It's trying to be this big epic game, and I don't think it looks that good. And I don't know many people that will want to play it, honestly. And I think there seem to be clips of Noah fighting with his staff. Like, that's a little weird. Actually, I do think I saw some people commenting like, well, you can fight as Noah. Like, when was Noah fighting? It's just, I don't know. And apparently it's the whole Old Testament. So, like, it's 6 hours of video game, which it's not a lot comparatively. A lot of bigger games are a lot longer. So, yeah. So that's the Adventures of the Old Testament. And I think there could be, they might make more. They might make a New Testament. Can't wait for the Book of Revelation DLC. Okay, so after that, I got recommended this other game that was actually in development over a year ago. That they at least announced it over a year ago, but this is the most recent teaser, and this is the one that I came across. And I actually found the teaser quite intriguing. It's a pretty well done. I mean, it's not a great teaser, but it got my interest because it's not like those other ones where it's like epic orchestral music that they obviously got, you know, royalty free off of YouTube or something like that. This one actually has some interesting music behind it and some interesting visuals and also an interesting concept. But at the same time, it's not that different. We'll just watch it. This is called Bible X.
Ole, ole,
I do like this song that they chose.
my knee,
Like, look at this. It's kind of like Blade Runner sort of visuals going on.
with grief for thee, my heart is nearly breaking.
My land is a dark place. The past 20
he's
years
hovering
has been under the
above
rule
the-
of D-Force, and gradually has been under the rule of D-Force.
Go back to that.
Dark place. The past 20 years. Dark place.
Sorry, I'm confusing my OBS.
The past 20 years has been
He's
under
like
the rule
hovering
of D-Force,
over there.
and gradually they have abandoned Christian values.
They speak about thy beauty rare, till hearts are set afire. Yea, fully thy servants there ascend.
Pretty interesting so far, right?
My grandmother once told me that I would find the truth if I seek for it in the right places. She gave me a book where this secret was written and told me not just to think about it, but do and speak.
My heart can find no comfort.
See, the graphics still don't look amazing, but it's like, you know, whatever.
My tears like rivers run. My lamentations bitter o'er all that has been done.
We're not fighting against humans. We're fighting against forces and authorities and against the rulers of darkness and powers in the spiritual world. And in that fight, I need help. Help from you.
From me?
And at the walls I lean, I'm ever wailing.
Okay, so you gotta admit that's a, you know, pretty intriguing teaser. Sorry, I keep forgetting to take the video off of looping. But, like, you know, see, I love teasers both for video games and movies where they really don't show a lot of the movie. They just kind of show you what it looks like and what the feel is, and like that's usually enough to get me to watch a movie or play a video game. And it's, you know, it's intriguing. It's like, oh wow, what is this? What is this about? And I will say, you know, there's more videos. They came out with some more trailers and such. And it's a little disappointing, I gotta say, because it's basically just another, like, roam around the world Bible kind of game. And, which is, I mean, you know, it's fine, but And while the graphics look a little better, I can tell that they're probably working with something like a Unreal Engine, which don't ask me to explain exactly what it is, but it's just it's a video game creation engine, I guess, that makes it easy. It makes it easier for a lot of independent creators to make a game. And it's basically a chance for anyone really to make a video game. Well, like anyone who knows anything about creating video games. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's basically, I'm pretty sure they have like preset models for characters and for, models for furniture and for buildings and such. I'm not an expert on it at all. Maybe someone in the comments explain it. But yeah, that's what it looks like. So yeah, it's made it a little bit more, I guess, a little cheaper to make, but yeah, with the rest of the videos, they just kind of revealed it to be like a roaming around the world kind of game. And the concept is like they were showing you this footage of like a dystopian future. This guy was saying how, yeah, apparently in this world, they put an age restriction on the Bible, which I think is interesting. And most like Christian dystopian stories, it's like, oh, Christianity is illegal, but it's like, oh no, Christianity has an age requirement on it, or the Bible has an age requirement. It's like, interesting. I like that. And so this guy, the main character, is like, well, in order to show the world that the Bible is relevant to today, I'm going to create a time machine for you to be able to go back and, to the Bible times and discover all these things. And I don't really understand it exactly. It's like, why would you need a time machine to go back and do that? Like, why can't you just read the Bible yourself? It's in the Bible, so, but maybe it's like, no, this actually takes you back in time, and we're going to show that these events are real and that they're true. Like, okay, maybe that's it. And also, I think the main character that you play as is a kid, so I think it's like, this is a legal way for people to experience the Bible without having to read it. I don't know. But there was a chapter 1 reveal, a little trailer that they had for chapter 1. I guess this is their prologue. And also and they have been very, very transparent on their YouTube channel. Like, this is beta, so that means it's not like the finished product yet. I mean, it's just something that they're working on. But yeah, anyway, so here's the chapter 1 reveal.
My world is a dark place. D-Force has decided that they want to put an age limit on the Bible because they claim it has a harmful impact on us.
Religion is outdated.
But I know that God's word is highly relevant and necessary for us all. Especially us young people. And now I have a mission for you. By traveling through time with Elijah, my time machine, we will go back to Jerusalem and prove why we need God's word.
My name is Max. Yes, this is Max, and he is looking for Yeshua.
You know the law is clear. We all have to give a contribution to the temple. Give me that money.
The high priest and the others are totally
So the
corrupt.
graphics still aren't
We are looking
great,
for this
but
vagabond that's been sneaking up.
I mean, it's something. I can kind of tell that these are pre-used models that they got. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me not to criticize it, so I apologize. So we'll just keep watching.
Oh,
that's you.
Gods, thank him.
You know the prophecy in Isaiah has been a mystery for us for centuries. And I think this boy's version is interesting.
Yes, of course I can see that, but you have to
The voice acting is a little, it feels a little off.
mutations.
Here is the new agreement that I, the Lord, will make with the people of Israel. I will write my laws on their hearts and minds.
That means it's not enough to just study the scriptures and obey the law so we can look good before other people with our knowledge. It should be written in our hearts so we can obey and do the word of God.
So that's basically like a whole reveal for that. The outline of the story for this chapter 1. So yeah, I don't know. The story seems interesting, but as a concept for a video game, I just don't know how you'll be able to interest anyone, because they also had like a demo gameplay reveal, and it just kind of seems like just sort of like side quests for like a Zelda game or something. So it doesn't seem like that big of a concept, but I mean, maybe it gets bigger as it goes on. I'm not sure, but see, the one thing that I can say about the Old Testament video game is that, there's action in there. And so that's how you're going to attract like older gamers, like me, I guess. But if the main thing of your game is going to be like fetch quests and such, I don't know how much you're going to interest most older players. So, I mean, maybe for younger players, but I don't know. But I do like the way that they've approached their, with their trailers and teasers. It seems like that they put a lot more creativity and effort into it. I like this concept of, it being like time traveling and the beginning of the story like taking place in a dystopian future. And it also kind of has this like sort of Assassin's Creed. Like, I wonder if it's going to have a sort of Assassin's Creed kind of feel to it, where, you get into the Animus and you're living through this other character. Maybe it's not exactly like that, but it kind of reminds me of that. Which I think an Assassin's Creed type game with like the action and such would be really interesting, especially during like the Crusades and such. You could tackle a lot of different religious discussions and ideas through that. I think I even mentioned in the video game video that I did, where like the Crusades would be a great time for a great period for a video game, because like all the discussions that could be had, so, but yeah, so we have all these video games. I guess I can. No, that video's too long. I'm not gonna. There's like this demo playthrough that they did with some kids. They had some kids play it. So if you want to check that out, you can. It's their Bible X YouTube channel. So I don't know. I want to play all 3 of these games, and I want to make a video of that. And I think that would be really interesting. So overall, I'm just really excited for that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed that literally all 3 of these games are, they're just Bible games. And I think that people could explore other ideas, because they kind of, at the end of the day, they kind of look the same, with the exception of the third one, with the scenes in the dystopian future. That's a little different, but hey, why not have the whole game in the dystopian future and have it be about that? If you're living in a time and an age where Christianity is like super persecuted, that's like, hey, that could be interesting. Even though there was a Left Behind video game a long time ago, I think it was really bad from what I've heard. But I'm not saying I'm a fan of Left Behind, which, by the way, there's a new Left Behind sequel coming out, which is actually a direct sequel to the Nicolas Cage Left Behind. I'm excited about that. But anyways, yeah, a dystopian future where Christianity is persecuted. That's a great place to start. I don't think you have to have a game where the whole game takes place in the Bible. Have it be where like Christians are hiding, or yeah. Could be interesting. There's plenty of other things that you could do as well. However, I think the problem that all 3 of these games have is that, like I was saying, is that they're trying to do too much. They're very ambitious, and they don't really seem to have the graphics for it. I mean, granted, the Bible X game is a beta. They have said that it is a beta, so maybe they could update their graphics and all the other technical aspects. But, sorry, I got like a bunch of gunk in my eye. But I think it's a better idea if you don't have enough money to start simpler. Start with a simpler concept. Don't have your games set in Bible times where you need all this. You need like a lot of impressive graphics for it to seem believable. So just maybe don't do that, is my suggestion. Start with something simpler. Look at all the popular indie games these days that, don't have a lot behind them, don't have a lot of money behind them and the whole production team, and see how they pull it off, and maybe that'll inspire you for some ideas. Yeah. The possibilities are endless, and Christian video game developers seem to think that all that they can do is make Bible games. And I just think that that's not true. That's very limiting creatively. And like I said, though, I do commend Bible X for being a bit more creative. And I do commend I Am Jesus Christ for just being weird with their concept of playing as Jesus Christ. So, yeah. Anyways, I recommend you guys go check out my Christians Aren't Good at Making Video Games video. I go into a lot more depth of some of the ideas that I had. I mean, I'm no video game developer, and I'm far from the most, I'm the most casual gamer out there. I mean, I only got I got a PS4. I don't even have a PS5 yet, but that's not the biggest deal. And I got an Xbox 360 and a classic PlayStation. So, and I only got a few games, and I hardly have enough time for gaming these days. So take my advice with a grain of salt, but I assure you that a lot of the things that I'm saying, people who game a lot more than me would probably agree. And they probably at least agree that all these games don't look great. I'm sorry, but hey, I'm doing this in brotherly love. If any of the developers are watching this right now, I'm just wanting to encourage you to do better. You know, I truly believe in having an attitude of excellence when it comes to creating art in the name of Christianity and to glorify God. That doesn't mean that everything has to be perfect. No, but I just don't think that we have to settle for less. You know, there's all these amazing games that are out there in the secular industry, and us Christians, like, what do we got? You know? So, which I know you got to be realistic. It's not like Christians really have a lot of money behind them. All of our money goes to missions, and I think that's great. And other important stuff. Video games is not the most important thing. So I don't even know what I'm talking about. So, anyways, I think that's all I got about the video games. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'd love to discuss this more. And just be on the lookout for a video game video. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all for that. It's time to talk about some music. You know, I did my best to listen to as much music as I could to do that. I don't know what I'm saying. So, yeah, my humble opinion on a bunch of albums that I listened to. So, first up, we got The Consequence of Being Alive by Gable Price and Friends. Now, I actually only just discovered this band. A lovely viewer of the YouTube channel, I forget their name, but they recommended them to me, and I was surprised that I hadn't heard about them. It's just because I live under a rock, apparently. But Gable Price and Friends, you know, and I started listening to them before the whole album came out, and I liked quite a few of the songs that I heard, and so, you know, I was very interested in checking out any new music. And so this album, The Consequence of Being Alive, I listened to it, and I think it's okay. One thing that I noticed about Gable Price and Friends is that they very much reminded me of Colony House. I mean, the lead singer sounds very much like Colony House. I mean, so like comparisons are a bit unavoidable for me, and the music sounds very similar. But there are a couple songs that I think really stood out. I mean, one of their older songs, Heretic, I think is great. And one of the singles off of their album, Brother Jack, I think that's what it is. I'm forgetting the names of the tracks, but yeah, so those tracks I really liked, and so I was really excited for the rest of the album. And listening to the album, I thought that it was fine. I just think that a lot of the songs on the album weren't really that memorable for me. I like the production of the songs. I mean, hey, I'll say that it's Gable Price and Friends is better than like pretty much anything out there on Christian music, and I encourage this type of music and songwriting. I like how not all of their songs have to be like CCM radio friendly or anything. I like how challenging that they can be with their lyrics, but I don't know. I just wasn't really impressed by just all the songs. And so it might just be a me thing. I would recommend you guys check him out. And, let me know what you think about him. I think a lot of people would like this music, but for me, it felt like that a lot of it was just music that I had heard before by other indie rock bands. And so, but that is better than I can say for most Christian music. But so The Consequence of Being Alive, I think, is good. I'm pretty sure I saw that Tim Foreman of Switchfoot produced this, and John Foreman actually shows up guest vocals on one of the songs, How It Sets You Free. And that's a decent track. Other decent tracks are, of course, like I said, Brother Jack. And I like I Don't Want to Live Like This. And Lucky Number 17. Easy to Love You. Those I think are fine. It's just, just a personal thing, I guess, that I just wasn't completely won over by this album, which was disappointing because I think their other songs, other songs are really good. I need to listen to some of their EPs a little bit more than I have, but anyways, especially if you're a fan of Colony House, I think you'll really like Gable Price and Friends. So, Consequence of Being Alive. Sorry I didn't like it more, but I didn't hate it, So, yeah. Next up, we got Bellsburg, the songs of Rich Mullins. So, not too long ago, we had a tribute album to Randy Stonehill, and kind of in the same vein, we got a tribute to Rich Mullins, the late, great Christian songwriter. And I got to say that I really enjoyed this album a lot, especially for... One thing that I can say that kind of goes against the Randy Stonehill tribute album was that it's inconsistent because each artist kind of does their own thing. And so that makes one song sound very different from the other. With this one, however, they had a lot more control with the sound of this album because these were all recorded live. They were technically all like live sessions at this place in Bellsburg, which I haven't really done all the research, but I believe that it was Rich Mullins' old home. Don't quote me on that. I know people are going to rag on me for not being researched enough. I apologize. I was just listening to the music, okay? I'm sorry I didn't do my homework. I listened to the album at least. So these are live sessions in this home on Bellsburg. And so they all have this like live acoustic sort of feel to it. And so even though you have all these different artists on this album, it all sounds very consistent. And it does help that all the songs are written by the same person. But it didn't really necessarily help the Randy Stonehill album. I like the Randy Stonehill album, but like I said, each artist kind of had their own take on him. But yeah, so I really loved this. And the way that it was recorded, I kind of wish, like I was talking in the last episode about Matt Maher's album, I kind of wish that he would make this approach with his music, just having this like live, roomy feel to it, but it still sounds professional. So, yeah, and you got a lot of great artists on here. Some controversial figures, but, you know, Rich Mullins he kind of means a lot to a lot of different people. So while you do have really solid artists that I enjoy, like Andrew Peterson, and, you know, you got Sarah Groves, Jason Gray is on here. You also have some figures like Kevin Max and Derek Webb. Friends of the show, right? So, but, you know, it doesn't really bother me that much, you know, because, like I said, Rich Mullins' music meant a lot to a lot of different people. And I guess it's the fact that he still wrote these songs that I can still enjoy them. I actually really did enjoy the song with Kevin Max. I mean, I've always said that I love Kevin Max's voice. I just don't really consider him to be a Christian artist. Praying for you, Kevin. Love you. Just wanted to add that. And you too, Derek Webb. Which I wanted to say, I tagged Caedmon's Call in my last review, and they responded to it. They're like, cool. So, that's cool. Thanks, Caedmon's Call. So, yeah. A lot of great artists on here. You also got Amy Grant is on here. Jimmy Abeg, he's a great guitarist. Collaborating with Jason Gray, which I guess I did not expect. You also have David Mullins and Jonathan Mullins, Rich's sons, on here. And on top of that, you've got 2 unreleased Rich Mullins tracks on here as well. They're like unreleased demos of songs that no one has heard before. So that's, a great icing on the cake. That's like the cherry on top right there. So also we got Mitch McVicker on here, which a little behind the scenes story. I actually met Mitch McVicker years ago. He wouldn't remember me. I was a young lad. He played at my church a couple times, and I don't even remember exactly what was said, but I met him, and he's not really that well known, but for those of you who don't know, Mitch McVicker was actually with Rich Mullins in the car accident that took his life. And Mitch McVicker barely made it out alive himself. But that's him, and he makes good music too. And I like his contribution to the album. So, yeah, the whole album is just a great acoustic tribute to him, and I love the production and the sound and the feel of it. It sounds like, just people singing songs in a home, and there's great musicianship as well and great singing. So I highly recommend checking this out, especially if you're a fan of Rich Mullins, but I recommend anyone go check it out. So Bellsburg, the songs of Rich Mullins. And last but not least, this was the only Christmas music I could get around to before recording this, so I apologize. But John Van Dusen has a new Christmas album. Earlier this year, he came out with his last album, and he had enough time to make a Christmas album. And it's called In the Bleak Midwinter. And one thing that I love about this album is that it's all like traditional Christmas hymns and such. Those are my favorite. I love those a lot more than like stupid, red Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer type songs. Those just kind of annoy me, but I love traditional Christmas carols. And that's all it really is. And he takes a lot more simpler approach to it. They're all very acoustic-y. I know I recommend a lot of acoustic folk music. I'm sorry, that's just who I am. I try to branch out. Gable Price and Friends, that's not acoustic. So, but it's really nice, and the arrangements are great. He's got some awesome string arrangements in there, and I just love John Van Dusen's voice. And so, for my family, we start putting up Christmas decorations after Thanksgiving, and that's when we start listening to the music. So if that's you and you haven't listened to your music already, this is a something great to put on while doing that. And it's just great Christmas music anyways. So yeah, In the Bleak Midwinter, John Van Dusen. We're a fan of John Van Dusen on this channel, so yeah, that's what happened. So that's my humble opinion. And also I wanted to, I haven't listened to them, but there is some other Christmas music that you guys can feel free to check out. I haven't listened to it yet myself, But, Switchfoot has a new album called This Is Our Christmas Album. You can check that out. Also, Ronnie Martin has a Christmas album coming out soon. I don't remember when. But you guys probably know how much I loved his last album that came out earlier this year. So I'm really excited to check that out. Years ago, I remember his Joy Electric Christmas album that he had, and that was really good. So I am definitely excited for more Christmas music from Ronnie Martin. And I think that's it. So there's some Christmas music to put you, to set you right. Just a reminder, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be doing the show during the month of December. So that's the only Christmas music that I'm going to be reviewing. So yeah, because by the time I get back, no one's going to want to hear reviews for Christmas music. I doubt it, unless I don't have anything to review. So we'll see. Okay, so we're almost getting to the end of the show. I wanted to mention that in terms of stuff that I'm working on, a lot of you know that I've been working on the John James documentary, and I've had some other things on the back burner. I recently watched a film called The Days of Noah, and I decided to make a quick video about it. And so I did that. I'm in the middle of editing it now. It's probably going to be out this Monday, if all goes well. I'm almost done editing it. I didn't want it to come out before the show, so you guys, it's not long. It's like a 10 to 15 minute video of me just talking about what I thought about this movie. So it's because it's a really interesting movie, and so I just wanted to make a quick sort of non-spoilery review about it. So definitely check that out when that comes out. I'm excited about it. So it's literally the most low effort video that I've made, but it's still, I wanted it to look good still. And I could have talked about it on the show, but I didn't want it to be the format where like I talk about it for a little bit and then I show this clip of it, and then I talk about it for a little bit and then I show this clip of it. I wanted it to be like very smooth, and I wanted to be able to show off as many shots that I could, and it's easiest to do that in just an edited video. So yeah, anyways, be on the lookout for that. Just a video on Days of Noah. And yeah, I think that'll do it for now. It's a shorter episode today. No complaints from a lot of people, I'm sure. But yeah, so I won't be here I won't be back for the month of December. This is I guess this is basically the end of season 1. I guess we're doing seasons of the I'm Clifford Today show. So season 2 will be back in January. And a big reason why I'm doing this is I think I do need a bit of a break. I know this is bi-weekly, but it does take up some time, you know? It takes up some time to prepare for the show. It takes up time to get the show out there, and it takes some time to make the highlight videos and everything. So I think December is going to be a great time for me to take a break, especially since December is just a busy month in general, which it really shouldn't be. It's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, right? I'm also excited about it because I've got a lot to do. I mean, you know, aside from the normal stuff that I'm working on for the channel, like the John James documentary and the other little videos that I have planned, I plan on, in the month of January, to do the top 10 worst and best Christian pop songs of 2022. And I got a lot of preparing to do for that. And I am not necessarily ready for that. And so December is going to be a good time for me to be able to get all those ready. Because I think on top of that, what I'm also going to do is share my top 10 best albums of the year, and maybe like a top 10 actually good Christian songs. I don't know. Probably just a top 10 best albums. So yeah, December will be a great time for me to prepare for that, and it just creates enough space for that. And also just be thinking of more ideas for the show. If you guys got any comments on what you'd like to see on the show, just let me know. But yeah, I'm going to miss you guys. I'm not... Who knows? Maybe you'll still see some content from me. I mean, I'm still going to be doing... I'm going to be doing my gaming live streams, and I'm sorry I haven't really been doing them the past few weeks. It's just that the weekends take up... My weekends gets busy because they're like the only free time that I have, and so other things get scheduled for the weekend, and so I don't get to do my gaming live streams anymore. I'm looking for a new job, so once I get a job with normal hours, I'll be able to start doing those. I'll probably go back to my normal like Tuesday night and Thursday night schedule of the gaming streams. Anyways, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. That's just kind of what's going on, and I'm going to miss you guys. I'm going to miss having the streams, even though, you know, this week's episode wasn't really a stream. But if you want to hang out with me, check out those gaming streams when they're on. Follow me on Twitch. I'm Clifford. Twitch.tv/I'm Clifford today. And I might even do some editing streams. I did a couple editing streams not too long ago, and I got like a couple new followers out of that, which I did not expect. So I'll probably just do like some random stuff as well as the gaming streams. So if you're not following me on Twitch, do that now. It'll be a fun time. I'm trying to get more followers on there anyways. So, oh boy. Is that it? I got everything covered? I think I do. So let's call it good for now. Thanks for watching the I'm Clifford Today show. Be sure to subscribe and like the video if you liked what you saw. Leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, and we'll give you a shout out on the show. Haven't had one of those in a while, guys. Come on. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can leave a review and you'll get a shout out. Support the show. Podwood Forecast is my other podcast that I have with my friend Mitchell. We talk about movies, we talk about music, we talk about video games, anything that we like. And we just did a recent episode on My Chemical Romance and The Chariot. And very soon we're going to have an episode on The Rings of Power, probably House of the Dragon, and Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. But we haven't recorded that, so that'll be up soon, I'm sure. Buy new merchandise. Link in the description if you want a shirt, other stuff. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. And I'll see you guys in season 2, baby. Guys, have a wonderful holiday, a great Christmas, and I'll see you next year. All right. Bye.